Yo, what's up? It's Obi-Wan Beans. I don't really do voiceovers, but I figured I would this time because if I play video games, if I try to tell a story, I've tried it before, I get super, fucking hella distracted, so, anyways, the title is true. Halo did cure my masturbation addiction, but it also cured other things. Halo almost got me a girlfriend. I kid you not. Shit's actually crazy. But so did Star Wars, but Star Wars I have a more nuanced relationship with. So when I was 14, and I'm almost 19 now, so this is 5 years ago, back in the dank meme era of everything. I was big into Star Wars back when I was a youngster, if you will. I was big into Star Wars. I was big into Star Wars meme pages and everything. I was big on Star Wars Facebook meme pages specifically because that's the only social media I was allowed to have because my mom also had it. Basically, everyone and their mom on the Star Wars meme pages, I don't remember what they were called, but everyone would talk about how great a game Star Wars Battlefront 2 was. And, me being a little baby dick, 15-year-old, 14-year-old, or whatever, it's like, hey, I want to fit in, because I want to be cool, right? And, I'm sure, most young teens probably feel that way, but I especially, because I was homeschooled, and, I was butthurt about being homeschooled. I gave my parents a lot of shit about it for, absolutely no reason. In hindsight, I'm glad I did it. I survived the pandemic, but on the downside, I had, the social skills of a waffle. So, you take the good with the bad, right? But anyways, I wanted to fit in, right? But I also wanted to be different. That's something everybody, I'm sure. All the Disney movies about, High School Musical tell me, that's how it is, right? But anyways, everyone talks about Star Wars Battlefront 2. And when I was 14, that's around the time I got my own room. I know it's probably a little old to be in your own room, but big family, small house, so you suck it up. But anyways, my room was in the basement, or I guess still is. Those of you that have seen my actual videos without a voiceover will know that it is in the basement. It's not ugly on purpose, okay? It is just straight up an ugly ass room in the basement. My mom was pretty much like, Zach, you tear shit up too much. You don't mean to, but you're rambunctious, and we gotta put you somewhere where you can't tear up your brother's shit, because he's got OCD or something. He cannot stand how messy you leave your room. So I had to go to the basement. I think that's also because I'm a low priority child. Not that my parents have favorites, but just because I'm not the most cooperative when it comes to coordination and stuff. I like to give my 2 cents and push back and whatnot. So, my parents are the way I wanted my room, they weren't okay with. So at least if it's in the basement, they don't have to look at it. But yeah, I was stuck in the basement, and with nothing but a bed, an Xbox, and when I started college, I got a laptop, and I started college when I was 15. I wasn't a genius by any means. I'd like to clarify, I was homeschooled so my parents could rush me through middle school and high school so I could start college early. And they told me, when you start college, at 14 or 15, you're going to make a lot of friends, right? Because people want to be friends with a smart kid. One, wasn't a smart kid. Okay, I have consistently had a 2.5 GPA throughout college. Okay, when I started university, it was 2.8 in community college. I started university a year ago. Okay, it's down to 2.4. Okay, this shit sucks. The biggest problem I have is turning in assignments. Every assignment I turn in, I get a good grade on, but like, I just don't do my shit. Even right now, I have like a whole ass class worth of late work, but it doesn't matter. All right, this is more important. My masturbation habits as a young man, as a young child, I should say. I just wanna point out something real quick. My mom said I'd make friends in college, right? One, I did college online, mostly because of the pandemic. And, you know, at 14, you can't really drive, or 15 rather, that's when I started. Did I mention I started when I was 15? Anyways, my mom straight up lied to me, okay? Not the fact that I had to do it online. That was a bit of a curveball, because COVID hit right before I started. She told me I would make friends at college, right? Huge fucking liar. What grown-ass 18-year-old college student, pre-COVID, because that's when my mom told me this. What pre-COVID college student would be chill with being friends with a goddamn freaking 15-year-old that's a megalomaniac and thinks he's smarter than everybody because he started early, okay? Nobody. Okay, if I met some kid that started when he was like 15 and said, I'm smart because I started when I was 15, I would shove it down his fucking throat that I also started, and I'm not smart, okay? His parents lied to him, the same way mine lied to me. But anyways, where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So anyways, all this goes to show that I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be cool and fit in. Those were what I wanted. And being homeschooled, it wasn't really homeschooled. It's like they put me. I had like a Chromebook, and like I would sporadically do like math assignments because that's like the only class I needed at like a certain point to finish my high school degree. Was like 8th grade math or something. I don't know. I don't remember. I never took algebra, or I'm sorry, I never took pre-calculus or calculus or physics, okay? The only classes I remember taking were biology and 8th grade algebra, okay? That's all I remember. I probably did other stuff, but I had a lot of home economics credits, and all of that was just like doing yard work or like cleaning the house. My mom would give me high school credits for that shit. Actually fucking cheesed high school or whatever. I'm sure I did other stuff, but anyways. So basically, I was a loser, alright? I would spend pretty much all day playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 in the basement. From the moment I woke up at like noon to the moment I went to bed at like 2 or 3 in the morning. Actually, no. I would always go to bed at 2 because I was a pussy and didn't want to stay up till 3 because that was the haunting hour. I kid you not. That was my bedtime. 2 o'clock. So I would be asleep by 3. So I didn't have to be up during spooky, scary time. And I was 14, mind you. I was a little too old to be believing in 3 a.m. shit, but there I was. So a bit absurd of a situation, but so pretty much when early COVID hit in late 2020, that's when I got my room. That's also around the time when I started stroking my shit crazy style. I was in the basement all day. Nobody came to check on me. No one really bothered me with anything. No one wanted to be around me because I stank like shit because I didn't shower. I would go weeks without showering because I was too busy on Discord being an absolute fucking plebeian, an absolute bumbling idiot that didn't know the difference between then and then. Didn't know his yours or his theirs. So I was too busy being stupid and like some fucking dank meme YouTuber's Discord server or something. I don't remember. I think it was Lemo Meme. I don't know if anyone remembers that channel. I don't even know if they still make videos, but basically, we jerk off all day, not shower, and play Star Wars Battlefront 2. And then college hits, and then I almost fail my first semester. And I gotta hand it to me, to 15-year-old me, because like I was not prepared for that shit. I was thrown to the deep end of the pool, and like I still kind of ended up okay my first semester. I got a C, a B, and an A. So you know, it's not like fantastic but I didn't fail. And it wasn't like a flat C, so I'll take it, honestly. Next semester was horrific. I absolutely failed college algebra, or I think it was pre-calculus algebra. I'm just glad I didn't do actual calculus. I would have failed calculus so bad. Like, just straight up. But anyways, so I pretty much... I did play Minecraft a lot with my brother. That's something I did. I don't know how you could stand to be around me. Because, like, I just stink so bad. I know I did. I never smelled it at the time, probably olfactory fatigue, but I know for a fact I smelled like shit. I stank, I guarantee it. Anyone that's 14, hormonal, in the basement all day, jerks off all day, so I was sitting down there sweating, because the AC I had, I installed it like shit. It's still installed like shit. It barely works. It goes out of its way to make an awful lot of noise to do like absolutely nothing, because I'm sweating my balls off right now in this room. But anyways, so I smelled like shit. I don't know why anybody wanted to be around me. And I think it was around 2020, that's when Luke the Notable got really big with the 100 Days Minecraft Challenge. And honestly, YouTube has been downhill. It was downhill for a long time, but I think the 100 Days Minecraft Challenge and Among Us were really like the finals. That and Dream specifically, I feel like those were like the final nails in the coffin for YouTube. Because afterwards, it's just been a couple of like big YouTubers that dominate the platform now, and like small YouTubers don't get any recognition. I know. I've been on this platform making videos for 2 years. Still not monetized. My videos always do shit. Actually crazy. I got big into Luke the Notable. I thought he was really funny. And he and Technoblade were pretty much all I watched. I watched some Markiplier and PewDiePie, and I swear this is all relevant to my masturbation addiction. But, eventually, Luke the Notable, those that are like really old fans of his channel, which is probably like no one watching. I mean, my demographic is not that old. But anyways, he used to be big into Halo, and when Halo Infinite dropped, he made a Halo Infinite 100 drops. So he made that video, and this was back when my dad worked at a different police station. The police station gave him a mobile hotspot that had unlimited fast data on it, because like obviously cops need like unlimited fast internet, right? Currently I have like good internet for like, as like a total, I think everybody in the house gets like, we might have like 200-ish gigabytes of fast speeds, and then after that it's all shit, like less than 1 megabyte per second download speed. So like it's actually ass. So I downloaded Halo, and the only reason I was able to is because my dad had that hotspot from work. Also, side note, my dad, absolute GigaChat, he quit that job because like one of the managers or whatever was creepy to like the women that worked there. He was like, nah, fuck you guys, because the chief of police didn't want to do nothing about it. So absolute GigaChat move on my dad's part. Yeah. But anyways, that's only semi-relevant. But yeah, so I download Halo, and it's like 60 gigabytes. To me, that's like nothing at the time. I don't even think about the internet. That's not even something that ever occurs to me because of the fast hotspot. But anyways, so I download Halo, and I get really big into Halo. And I was about 16 at the time, so I remember once when I was, I think, probably 15. So this is like the halfway point between Star Wars Battlefront 2 to Halo, right? I was in Target, and I saw a lot of really pretty girls. Alright, you don't have to know me to be able to tell that I'm not good around pretty girls. Only pretty girl that was ever interested in me lived like 2,000 miles away, and eventually she freaking ghosted me, doesn't talk to me anymore, and I think she's focusing on like her actual life now, so good for her. But anyways, I was at Target, saw pretty girls. I wanted to talk to them. We were in the clothing aisle. I was with my mom, so like they probably would have just laughed at me. Anyways, but I saw myself in the mirror at Target, and I looked like shit. It took me years to realize that I was ugly as hell. Not because my facial structure looks bad. I mean, you know, I'm not like a 10 out of 10 looking guy, but I'd give myself maybe a 7 on a good day. Biggest issue is my hairline, I would say, and my crooked nose. But like those are just quirks. I looked like shit and I was ugly because I didn't shower. My hair was disgusting. I had an atrocious, I don't even remember what kind of haircut it was, but it was awful. My hair was unwashed. It was greasy and dry at the same time. Alright, I had horrible acne. And I was always, my family and I were always confused. Like, why does Zach have acne so bad? It's because Zach didn't fucking shower. That's why. That's why he had absolutely garbage acne. That's why. Like, what? Like, why? Why was that even a question? But anyways. So, I'm sitting here, like, I'm sitting here in this aisle. I'm about to go talk to these girls, right? I got balls of steel. I always have. I've been very good at just saying random shit to people and then just walking off. So I thought, you know, maybe I can apply that to actually, like, have a real conversation. And then I catch a glimpse of myself. And I'm like, man, I look rough. And I get so ashamed. This was back when I wore hoodies all the time because I had really bad posture and I was tall and skinny. I was like 120 at 6'1", 6'2". So that's pretty skinny. I've always have suffered from what I think is called skinny fat. It's where all the body fat in my entire body goes straight to my stomach. I have that right now. I have a little pudge around my stomach. I have like a muffin top, and I'm skinny as shit. I've been working out since I was probably about 15, because that's when my mom got a Planet Fitness gym membership. But anyways, so I was tall. Lanky is not the right word. I was scrawny. I didn't have like belly fat at the time because all I ate like once a day, and it was just pizza rolls, which isn't good for you, but it's only once a day. It's not gonna make me fit. So I see these girls, and this is around the time where I realized, man, I look really bad. But I didn't piece it together why I looked bad. I was like, man, my acne is really bad. My hair looks really bad. But it didn't occur to me that it was because I didn't freaking shower. That's why I looked like shit. It didn't click with me. But I started getting big in the Halo. And when I got big in the Halo, I met like a girl online who was like more like a year and a half younger than me. Looking back, I wouldn't be interested in someone a year and a half younger than me. But, like, that's not, like, a bad age gap at all. Unless you ask the people on, like, freaking Tumblr or, I don't know, some really weird website with a bunch of weebs on it that think everything's grimy. I don't know. An age gap much bigger than that would probably be inappropriate, but I digress. Looking back, like, now, if a girl a year and a half younger than me asked me out, I'd say no. Right? Mostly because I like girls that are older than me. But that's not the point. Anyways, another embarrassing thing is I bought that girl Discord Nitro. Oh god. Oh god. Why? I remember this. This is only a short story. She was like, I had a crush on someone. I was like, tell me who, right? Because I'm thinking it's gonna be me, right? It's gonna be me. She's like, I don't want to tell you. I'm like, I'll buy you Nitro if you tell me. And she's like, if you do that, I will tell you. I'm like, okay. And I tell her, and she's like, dude, thank you. And then she tells me who it is, and it's like this dude that was in this group chat she made that I absolutely fucking despise. I thought he was the most annoying piece of shit on the planet. He was like the kind of person that like acted nonchalant before like being nonchalant was like a thing, you know? So it's not like he was like cool and early to the party, it's that he was corny as shit. But anyways, it's before you could do something like that ironically, I think is the best way of putting that. But anyways, annoying ass bastard, fuck that guy. I think his name was Zen or something. So early 2023, I stopped talking to that girl, so I'm clean, I'm cool, I'm chilling, right? And I get big into Halo. Because I think Halo Infinite dropped in like late 2022, if I remember right, or like early access did. I don't remember. I never played the campaign. As a matter of fact, I haven't finished Halo Combat Evolved, the campaign. I know a lot about the Halo lore, but I've only ever played Combat Evolved. And the first time I ever was introduced to Halo, I was like 4, and I was at like some distant relative's house or some shit. And basically, what was it? We watched Flush Away on like a projector on like the porch, and the porch was screened in, so I wasn't getting eaten by mosquitoes. But eventually, some of the older boys were like, "Okay, the movie's over. The kiddies got to do what they want. We want to play Halo, right?" And like the matriarch of that family was like, "Okay, you guys can play Halo, right?" So they put up Halo on the projector, because that's pretty fucking cool. I'll admit that's pretty cool. So they got Halo up on this projector, and they're passing around, like taking turns. When you die, it's the next person's turn, right? And the 2 older boys, they go. And then this younger boy that I don't know, he goes and he dies instantly. He's absolutely ass at Halo Combat Evolved. He gets destroyed, and he's sad. He's like, because they tell him, all right, next person's turn. And he's like, but I didn't get to kill any aliens. Me, an innocent 4-year-old, is like, oh, I feel bad for him. So I think I'll skip my turn, so it'll be his turn faster, and then next time it's my turn, I'll play. Right? That's my line of thought. God, might I say that was fairly generous, because the first time I took turns and stuff was like, I think I was 5 when I first got introduced to Halo Combat Evolved. But in like 2000, I don't know what year Skylanders came out, but that year, my mom bought us an Xbox 360 for Christmas, and she set up an account, and we got to play Skylanders. And my mom didn't know anything about Skylanders. She didn't know anything about Xboxes. And she basically she put us up on versus, right? So she made us fight each other. And me and my older sister went first, I think. And you know, I'm 4 years old. I've never held a controller in my life, okay? Like, I played the Wii prior to this. That was my only gaming experience. I played some computer games and some shit on, like, a tablet, okay? That's my experience with video games at that point. So, I did more reading than playing video games before I got an Xbox, okay? I get whooped at Skylanders, okay? I'm ass. I'm 4, alright? My older sister, she's got better hand-eye coordination and motor skills than I do. And I cry and complain, and my mom's like, "You want to go to bed?" I'm like, no. She's like, "Then stop crying. Right? You lost. It's not your, next person's turn." So to go from that to skipping a turn so someone can go again faster, that's pretty damn generous. That's like crazy character development on my part, okay? But anyways, that was my first experience with Halo. Side note, after that kid's turn, or after me was my brother, right? So I skipped my turn. My younger brother goes first, or goes next, sorry. And then it goes back to the boys, because obviously my younger brother, he's not the best portal master for Master Chief, right? He's not gonna beat the Covenant. Now you put that bastard in front of some Fallout 4, he'll beat whoever the bad guys in Fallout are. I don't know, the commies or whatnot. Anyways, the alt-right government that was installed prior to the nuclear war in the United States. I don't know. Alright, but basically, in 2022, 2023, I had like 0 experience with Halo. Didn't know shit about it. So I get into Halo Infinite multiplayer, because the campaign's like $60, and I'm not paying that shit. I play the multiplayer, that shit's free. That's all I ever needed, okay? But anyways, so I get huge into Halo. I play a shitload of Halo all the time. But coincidentally, around the same time that I start playing Halo, I start taking showers again. It's like an actual miracle. I start playing, I play Halo, and then my penis gets 3 inches larger, which is true. And then I start bathing again, and it's actually crazy. So my hygiene gets better. My hair looks pretty cool. I'll show you a picture of when I was like about 16. That was during my prime Halo. I was so good at Halo. When I first started playing, I would scream and yell in the basement, and I didn't really keep my AC running all that often back then. I didn't have a fan. So I was screaming and cussing like a goddamn sailor, and everyone in the house could hear. It'd be late at night. I'd be trying to crank 90s in Halo, and I would get absolutely destroyed, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I only played it because I saw Luke the Noble make a video out of it. That's how I got into Halo. You know, my parents, they hear me screaming every night at Halo, and they're thinking I'm being murdered, so they come down and they check on me almost every night, like clockwork. They check on me while I'm screaming. Eventually, they just give up, and apparently my brother heard them talking about it, and they're like, should we go say something to him, because he's screaming? And my mom was like, no, don't bother. My dad was like, okay. And my brother told me about that. I was like, that didn't happen. You're fucking yanking my chain. That 100% happened. Okay, I was just in denial. I'm big into Halo, and you know, the thing about Halo is that Halo Infinite, at least, is that it got updated a lot. And after I lost access to unlimited, high-speed internet, I couldn't keep up the updates, right? I wouldn't be able to update the game. And if I was, I'd run out of fast hotspot speed. So I'd just have to suck it up and play on slow internet. And I'd be fighting my damn internet more than I'd be fighting the enemy Spartans. So, absolutely abysmal situation. So I've always maintained this narrative that Star Wars Battlefront 2 started my masturbation addiction. I was big into Ahsoka Tano porn. But also, Halo, I've always maintained that Halo cured it, right? Because one doesn't simply masturbate to Cortana, one appreciates her for her beauty. Star Wars hasn't always dragged me down, okay? That the girl I said that I was talking to at one point, she and I were talking this one time, and her type is nerdy, guys, right? She likes nerds. I feel like I fit that description pretty damn well, alright? I don't get to nerd out very often, because none of my friends like the nerd shit I like. They'll be talking about like old Nintendo games and stuff. To me, an old Nintendo game is Mario Kart Wii, okay? That's what an old Nintendo game is to me, okay? I don't know what the fuck Earthbound is, alright? But anyways, only reason I made the Pokemon video, by the way, is because that girl I liked, the one I was talking to, the one I'm talking about right now, not the one about Nitro Corp, just gotta clarify, not that one. the cool one. Basically what happens is one time I start going on a tangent about how Duel of the Fates is called Duel of the Fates because, it's the fate of the galaxy in the hands of Qui-Gon Jinn. If Qui-Gon dies, then Anakin turns to the dark side. But if he survives, Anakin stays in the light because, Qui-Gon is like the real mentor that Anakin needs, right? And she says to me in this tone, I wouldn't call it seductive because I know what seductive sounds like. This was more like, this was less I need to suck this guy's dick, and more like I need to be in a happy, healthy relationship with this guy. That's what that sounded like. But, to be fair, I was diagnosed with autism when I was 8 for a reason, so I could be completely on like some stupid juice right now. I have no idea. Anyway, she says to me, "You're such a nerd," right? To me, that screams, come fuck my brains out, okay? That's what that says to me. I'm kidding. But anyways, Star Wars didn't always weigh me down. It almost got me a girlfriend. But then again, so did Halo, because I would tell her about the Halo lore, and she thought that was cute too, I think. But again, I could be on some stupid juice. I don't really know. I'm not the best when it comes to women, as you might expect. If you learned any lesson from this, it's that Halo will make your wiener big. Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the Xbox, not the Xbox One, but no Xbox Live. We'll keep it small forever. So I've had some pretty crazy character development over the years. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this kind of video. I don't usually tell stories. Usually I make shit up for like an intro. I feel like I could tell some pretty wacky stories about when I first made online friends and shit. I don't know, what could I tell stories about? You're not gonna believe this, but I haven't done much with my life up until now. But, yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.